Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Backroads Broadcasting here on a Friday night at The Rock. I am Judd McCormick here at Backroads. Isaiah Dobbins should be joining me later. We will see. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Been a couple weeks since Backroads has been with you. Our last game was at Wamego for the Backyard Brawl, seeing Wamego High coming out with that and a victory. We got a lot to talk about before we get to football tonight. Let's talk about a few other things that's happening around the area here on the Backroads Broadcasting Kickoff Show. Let's get started with some Rock Creek Lady Mustang volleyball information. The Mustangs currently ranked second in Class 4A in the state of Kansas, 19-3 officially on the season, 20-3 overall. There are only 3 losses coming to the number one ranked 4A team in the Clay Center Tigers, who are sitting at 16-1 right now. Clay Center's only loss is to the same team that registered the Mustangs' third loss, and that is the 3A number 3 ranked Nemaha Central Thunder. So Nemaha Central Thunder, very, very good team there in 3A. Mustangs will be playing tomorrow at the Wamego High Invitational, but Mustang volleyball right now is being led offensively by the Kansas State High School Activities Association preseason watch list of senior Ayla Klingenberg. Klingenberg has been a force in the middle for Rock Creek since her freshman year. She helped the Mustangs to a Class 4A state title in 2022 before falling in the sub-state finals last year. She set a school record for kills in a single season as a sophomore with 366 and followed that up with 334 kills last year. With 846 kills in her career, Klingenberg has a shot at becoming Rock Creek's career leader. Not only that category, but also in digs, where as a 6-rotation player, she has 694 in her career. She's a 2-time unanimous All-Mid-East League selection and second-team All-Class 4A pick. Klingenberg's .422 hitting percentage ranked among the best in the state last year. This season, she currently leads the team in total kills at 249. That's good for 5.1 kills per set. Being outdone a little bit on the dig, she was leading the team at one point in time, but right now, defensively, Ambry Portelli is leading the team with blocks at 31, and Prather, Ellie Prather is leading the team in digs with 129. Again, Mustangs being led by head coach Allie Snap. They're looking to get back to the 4A state championship and well on their way with a good record so far this season. Not much left in their season, but again, they will play in tomorrow at the Wamego tournament. That pool play starting at 9 a.m. Now let's talk a little bit about cross country, starting with the Rock Creek Lady Mustangs and Acacia preseason watch list runners Livia and Lucia Nippert. Livia, along with her twin sister Lucia and older sister Kira, last year gave the Mustangs a big-time act in the family there. Twins made an immediate impact as freshmen last fall, going back and forth as Rock Creek's top performers throughout the season. Lucia won titles at the Onega and Horton Invitationals and had the fastest time of the two with 20 minutes, 6.21 seconds at the Wamego Invitational last year, 16 seconds ahead of Olivia, who also had her season best at that meet with 20 minutes, 22.75 seconds. Olivia held the upper hand down the stretch, beating her sister at the Mid-East League meet where she finished second. Lucia was third, as well as at the regionals and at state. Olivia placed 5th at the Class 4A regional. Lucia was 8th and followed that up with 15th at the Class 4A state meet, while Lucia was medaled at 20. Kira graduating, she was also in the top 20 last year. So kudos to the Nippert family and their class family of runners. So far this season, there's been 2 meets that I've looked at. I saw the Silver Lake Invitational. At that Silver Lake Invitational, it looks like Lucia finished 4th and Livia 9th. And then on the Wamego Invitational on September 14th, which is basically the same site as what the 1, 2, and 4A state cross country will be held at, Lucia finished 15th. Livia finished 15th. Let's see, 17th in that invitational. On the boys' side, at the Silver Lake Junior, Simeon Boland finished 4th. Sophomore Aiden Hunter finished 12th. Junior Mason Bergeron finished 20th. Junior Cooper Mowry 28th. Sophomore Dylan Nelson 29th, with freshman Levi Hill finishing 33rd. That gave the Mustangs a third-place finish at that Silver Lake Invitational. They, too, ran at the Wamego Invitational, where freshman Liam Johnson led the way for the boys' team, finishing 69th in a very, very deep field there at the Wamego Invitational. A lot of runners in 1, 2, 4A like to come into that, get a feel for what that state course will be like if they can make it back to that. Hunter finished 94th, Berggren 98th, Mallory 104, senior Ethan Tonzer 109th, and then Dylan Nelson 124th, all running 5,000 meters in under 22 minutes, just to give you an idea just how deep and how quick that boys meet was. Both boys and girls will be running tomorrow out at Lawrence, the Rimrock Farms Cross Country Invitational. Rimrock Farms is where the 3A, 5A, and 6A state cross country final is held. So if you're not familiar with cross country, those state finals have been separated over the last couple of years. And we here at Backroads will actually be participating and broadcasting the 1, 2, and 4A state cross country championships again this year, later on this fall. So that gets us caught up on volleyball and cross country here for the Rock Creek Mustangs. Let's talk a little bit about football. Tonight we have the Mustangs sitting at 2-1. We're going to be hosting the Abilene Cowboys tonight, who are also sitting at 2-1 tonight here at the Rock. Kickoff scheduled here at 7 o'clock in about 23 and a half minutes before that kickoff. We broadcast 2 of the Mustangs game, Bishop Ward and the home opener in which they won, and then, of course, 2 weeks ago at Wamego in which they lost. Last week the Mustangs were at Bonner Springs, in which they won that game relatively easy, finishing that off 57-0. Let's take a look at some of those stats against Bonner Springs. As you can see, they had 29 plays for a total of 426 yards, 320 of them total passing yards, 106 total rushing yards. There's a scoreboard there in case you're looking. 2 for 3 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down. No interceptions, no fumbles in that game. We get into a little bit about the individual stats and the individual performances of that game. Mac Lee had a career night, went 11 for 11 passing for 286 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Gavin Rosa came in and was 4 for 4 for 34 yards and a touchdown. So not really sure when 2 different quarterbacks on the same team has played tonight, and both have been perfect passing. But the Mustangs had that happen last week against the Bonner Spring Braves. Rushing game, that was a true team effort. Of course, without Drew Becker, who sustained an injury, and he will be out for the season. They kind of shared the wealth there. Gavin Rosa was come in, and he had 41 yards and a touchdown. Mac Lee, 23 yards and a touchdown. Jordy Scott came in, had 23 yards and a touchdown. And then on the receiving end, Donovan DeBita led the way with 4 receptions and 93 yards. Eli Bell had 2 receptions for 68 yards, both of those receptions for touchdowns, so he was efficient on the evening. Rosa had 2 receptions for 51 yards and a touchdown, and Jackson Pendle had 2 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. So through 3 games so far for the Mustangs on the offensive side, Mac Lee is currently 41 for 71. That's a 57.75 completion percent, 576 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions on the season. He is averaging about 192 yards a game. And, of course, his long was an 80-yard touchdown pass. And, of course, that was to Donovan DeBita. On the rushing side, Mac Lee leading the way. He's had 28 carries for 118 yards through 3 games. He's averaging about 4.21 yards a carry, 39.3 yards a game, 3 touchdowns, no fumbles. Of course, again, we talked about how the running game is going to be kind of a team effort. I think Jordy Scott will ultimately be the primary running back for the team, but until they kind of get their groove going with senior Drew Becker going down, he is still the second leading rusher on the team, even though he's only played a game and a half for the Mustangs. He is sitting at 22 carries and 109 yards with 1 touchdown before his injury. Gavin Rosa has got 6 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jordy Scott has 10 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. And Zion Bell, 4 carries, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. So, like I said, I think Jordy Scott will ultimately end up being the primary rusher for the Mustangs, but we may see several different players back there tonight. So as we head into tonight, again, they're playing against the Abilene Cowboys. Cowboys 2-1 on the season. They lost a home opener to Clay Center. Of course, if you remember, Clay Center Tigers last year had a really good deep run into the state playoffs. Lost on the last second play to the ultimate state champions, Cheney, who then went on to beat Andale, and then again won the championship. So Clay Center may not be quite as good this year as they were last year, but still a very quality team. They won the opener against the Abilene Cowboys 34-7. Cowboys then played against Chapman 2 weeks ago and Concordia last week. Of course, Chapman and Concordia, skill-wise, might be down just a little bit from Clay Center, so hard to get a good read on exactly what kind of Cowboy team we have going in here tonight and kind of what we're going to expect. Mustangs and the Cowboys haven't faced off against each other in nearly 17 years, so it's been a long time coming for this one tonight, and of course now it is a NCKL game as well. And I could tell you, based off of between basketball and baseball, there's not a lot of love lost between these two teams. But we'll see how tonight's game goes. Abilene Cowboys going to be kind of a mix on the offensive side. They'll run a lot of two-back sets, a lot of what we refer to as 11 personnel, some 12 personnel. But they're going to probably be running two different quarterbacks out there right now. Junior quarterback, number 6, Funston, has been the starter. He's sitting at 13 for 21 at a 62% completion rate, 199 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the year. Aaron Hartman was a senior. He started out the season, I think, against the Tigers. He was 22 for 33 at 67 completion percent, 281 yards, 2 touchdowns, but did have 4 interceptions. So I think that kind of led to the changing of the guard at quarterback for the Cowboys. So we'll see what they got going on tonight. Again, I think we could see a little bit of 2 different players going out there. The player to watch for the Cowboys tonight, hands down, will be number 1, Weston Rock. He's a 6'1", 175-pound junior. He'll mostly be playing wide receiver, but I think where he's really going to do a lot of damage as well is he is going to be the free safety on the defense, much like we saw a couple weeks ago with Wamego, number 24 with that team. Just really covers a lot of ground, very similar to style of like Tiburon for the Mustangs. So you're always going to have to keep an eye on where number 1 is at because he can make a play from just about anywhere. So, again, folks, for the Abilene Cowboys, keep an eye on number 1, Weston Rock. He is a very, very good player, 2-year starter as a junior, so he is very familiar with the system and a very good player there for the Cowboys. They're going to have a duo of running backs. Again, sometimes they'll run an H-back or sometimes a straight running back, but right now the running back's being led by number 20, junior Lane Hokeman. He's a 5'9", 150-pounder. He's got 48 carries for 235 yards. He's averaging about 4.9 yards per carry right now, just a touchdown. And again, sometimes they'll mix it up and they'll go out to the H-back. Hasn't done a lot of work yet so far this year. He's got 6 carries for 23 yards, but he is a tough player to bring down. He's 6'1", 210-pound junior. That's Heath Hokeman. So duo running backs back there for the Cowboys, but I think primarily they'll be looking to number 6, Funston, to really throw the ball down the field. And again, he'll be looking to number 1, Weston Rock, again, as well as number 10, Nolan Wilkins. So they'll be throwing the ball around quite a bit, as do the Mustangs. So we're getting pretty similar offenses we've been seeing week in and week out. I think really high school football has kind of adjusted their game to more of a pass-first type of game or an RPO type of game. So I think gone are the days where there's still a few of them out there that run a multiple set offense like Andale or, even going back to Wishbone. So running games kind of started dying at all levels of football. You don't see it as much at the pros, certainly don't see it as much at the college level. I think K-State does a good job of running as any in the country with their duo running backs. So we'll kind of see what happens tonight between the Cowboys and the Mustangs. So, again, I'm Judd McCormick here, Backroads Broadcasting. I want to thank everybody for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Hopefully our play-by-play guy, Isaiah Dobbins, will be here before the evening's over. If not, you're stuck with me. We're currently about 15 minutes away from kickoff. Got a good night for football right now. Temperature sitting at about mid-70s. Wind blowing out of the north. We'll see if that plays a factor. But if you recall back to our last broadcast against the Wamego Red Raiders, we were kind of talking about during the game, early on in the game, Mustangs were down 7-0, had the ball inside the 20-yard line on a 4th down, and Isaiah and I was kind of talking about, what should we do? What would we have done? And, of course, it's real easy to be an armchair quarterback up here in the crow's nest. But I thought at that point in time maybe the Mustangs should have taken a field goal, at least get some points up on the board. Talking to Coach Steve, and he says there was a conversation about that. They really debated that long and hard, so it wasn't an easy decision to make, but they thought that they were moving the ball well and could basically advance and get a first down and go on and get a touchdown. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen for the Mustangs, but defense played a very valiant game. I thought that was very impressive, both sides of the ball in defense, but the Mustangs particularly defensively got some 3-and-outs there on a short field against the Raiders. Good defensive stands, but ultimately just came up short. Gave up a few long plays on 3rd and longs, keep the Raiders in it, and unfortunately Mustangs came up just shy, 20-0 in that game. So, folks, if you're listening in tonight, looks like we have a cheerleader camp that's here tonight. We have lots of grade school girls that are out here with the cheerleading group. Large group. This group gets bigger and bigger every year, as does the Rock Creek School District. So if you have a chance to still come out to the game, watch it live, I encourage you. But if not, stay right here with us on Backroads Broadcasting. I'm going to step away for just a minute, and I'll be back after a quick drink and a breather. Welcome back to Backroads Broadcasting. Judd McCormick here with you. We are about 11.5 minutes away from kickoff as the Rock Creek Marching Band does take the field, probably moments away from a national anthem. We'll go ahead and give you some starters for tonight's game. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up from the local PA announcer, but offensive starters for the Abilene Cowboys tonight. Number 0, Levi Evans, 5'11", 165-pound junior. Number 1, Weston Rock, talked about him, 6'1", 175-pound senior, be a wide receiver and safety. Number 6, Tegan Funston, junior, 6'1", 170 pounds. He'll be playing probably mostly quarterback tonight. Number 10, Nolan Perkins, 6', 175-pound junior. Number 35, Heath Hokeman, 6'1", 210-pound junior. Number 50, Tyler Holloway, 6'5", 255-pound senior on the line. Number 58, Devin Alvarez, 6', 250-pound senior. Number 60, Kanan Taylor, 6'4", 200-pound junior. And number 65, Jackson Blake, 6'3", 315-pound senior. And we're going to pause just here for a second for the national anthem. Rock Creek Marching Band playing the national anthem here at the Rock. About 8 minutes, 40 seconds away from kickoff. We'll finish up the offensive starters for the Abilene Cowboys. We left off with number 65, 6'3", 315-pound senior Jackson Blake. Number 74, Pierce Castile, 6 foot, 210-pound junior. And finally, number 87, Jackson Cuba, 6'3", 200-pound junior. For the Rock Creek Mustangs, the defensive starters tonight, it's going to be number 5, senior Dawson Rankin, number 7, junior Ezra Spiller, number 13, sophomore Noah Wahlberg, number 15, junior Carson Buren, and I believe number 31 is what he'll be wearing tonight, sophomore Jackson Pendle, number 29, senior Landon Snyder, number 35, senior Cooper Sieben, number 51, junior Wade Rottinghouse, number 52, junior Nick Allen, number 57, junior Corday Kirksey, and number 61, senior Mason Faith. That'll be your Mustangs defensive starters tonight to start out. And both teams currently in the locker room getting ready to take the field. Again, just about, as you can see there on the clock, 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to go before the kickoff. Before we get going to that, let's go ahead and get to tonight's routes to victory? Question mark? We are running a two-man crew tonight. Right now, it's Cody Lyman and myself. We're going to get it right there. Give you a quick flash through all our ads here. We'll get it figured out, folks. Hang with us. Ooh, instant replay. I don't know if we'll have a chance to do that. Hey, there's Cody. Some Mustangs are taking the field there. There we go. Routes to victory. 23rd time's a charm. Routes to victory brought to you by Backroads Broadcasting. Tonight for the Rock Creek Mustangs, don't force a pass. Just find the open player, get it to them. Keep playing solid defense. Defense has been playing great all year, and win special teams. It could go either way tonight. And for the Abilene Cowboys, they want to get pressure on that quarterback, try to get them into bad passing situations. They can't give up the big plays of the Mustangs, and they got to take what the defense gives them. They can't force any play either. Mustangs defense has been strong all year. Cowboys may have to just chip away bits and pieces here and there. May not have too many options on the long ball, but we will see. 5.5 minutes left to go here before kickoff. Mustangs grouped, ready to take the field. We have an unpaid intern on production tonight, so we may have some, let's say, kerfuffles here or there. We do have a group of students helping us on the field. I'll get the names of them from Shanna Schmidt while she's up here. As soon as I find the paper for her to write them down. So captains will get ready to go out for the coin toss. Again, captains for the Mustangs. Going to be 61 Mason Faith, 26 Drew Becker. See who else they got lined up there here in just a second. Kickoff scheduled here in just about 3.5 minutes, so usually do the coin toss at about 3 minutes. So again, thank you everybody for joining us here on Backroads Broadcasting. Rock Creek Mustangs hosting the Abilene Cowboys. I'm Judd McCormick right now flying solo. We'll see how this works. Cody Liming, owner and unpaid intern on the production. Senior camera operator up above, Evan Williams. It looks like we got Nathan Bortnick, Zane Dubik. Oh, that's an L. Dubiel. And Haley Ketterman with the Rock Creek journalism team helping out Backroads Broadcasting tonight. So the other captains for the Mustangs, Mac Lee and Caleb Conroe. And, of course, again, like I mentioned before, 61 Mason Faith and 26 Drew Becker, who will not be playing this evening and probably out for the season. For Cowboys, number 1, Weston Rock. Number 25, Parker Farr. And number 6, Tegan Funston. And I missed the 4th one. Both teams getting their instructions right now. Abilene's going to make the call. Looks like the Mustangs won the coin toss. Oh, Abilene won the coin toss. They're going to defer the second half, so the Mustangs will be kicking off. They will be going into the wind in the first quarter here. Again, not much of a wind. Coming out of the north at about 6 knots. Good crowd on hand tonight for the Mustangs. Again, with the junior cheerleaders going on the track full of cheerleaders tonight. Stands full of parents. And it looks like it's neon construction worker or safety color construction worker night or something for the student section. I haven't seen that much neon since the 80s. So we got some safety vests, some neons. So good turnout for the student section here tonight against the Abilene Cowboys. Again, first matchup between the Cowboys and the Mustangs in about 16 years, I believe. Last time was back-to-back playoff games somewhere in the neighborhood of 2009, 2011, somewhere in there when I was talking to the coaches earlier. Long enough that neither one of the players or teams were even aware. Back for the Mustangs going to be Rankin and Bell. Kicking off for the Cowboys is going to be Holloway. Bell's going to pick that up on about the 8-yard line. He's got a good return set up. He's out to the 30. He's at the 35. He's going to turn on the jets. He's going to go. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Nobody's going to catch him. He's at the 10. I see no flags on the field. Bell in, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Mustangs. We're looking at about a 92-yard return there for Bell for the Mustangs to get this game started. Good start there for the Mustangs. .92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Bell. We talked about it in the route to victory. You got to win the special teams. That's a good way to start doing it right there on the opening kick. Never a bad thing to go up 6-0 before your offense even takes the field. Jackson Pendle on for the point after attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. Mustangs 7-0 lead here on the opening kickoff on a 92-yard return by Eli Bell. So Bell getting it just between the right or left hash and the out of bounds line on the 8-yard line. Had a good seam and then hit on the afterburners at about the Mustang 40-yard line, and he was uncatchable at that point in time for the 92-yard return. Mustangs strike early. If we were running a multiple person crew, we might even do a replay on that, but unfortunately we're not going to have that for right now. Pendle set the kick for the Mustangs. Back to receive for the Cowboys. Oh, that's going to be bobbled there by number 7. Dave and Cuban. Mustang's going to get him out of bounds on about the 15-yard line. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication between Rock and Cuba. Cuba come up with it. Mustangs with good coverage. And the Cowboys will be coming out in their first possession. The ball just past the 15-yard line. Cowboys coming out in an empty set. Again, Funston, the quarterback, and shotgun. He's going to look to run it on a quarterback keeper. He's going to be met there in the middle by, looks like, Rottinghouse. Kirksey. He's going to pick up about a yard on the play. Second and 9 for the Cowboys on the 17-yard line. Again, empty backfield. Funston. Quick hit out there to Rock. Yeah, looks like a drop pass there. Tried running with it before he had it. That's going to bring up a long third down here. 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys in their first possession. Single back set for the Cowboys. Back to pass. Again, he's going to be out there to Rock. He's going to be brought down immediately. He's actually going to lose a yard. So it looks like that's going to be a 3 and out for the Cowboys. Bringing up 4th down, 8 yards. Looks like they're going to give him about a yard on the reception on that. Cowboys set to punt the ball away. It's going to be a short punt. DeBeat is just going to let that one go. And it looks like Mustangs are going to start their first possession on the offensive side on about the 46-yard line. So Mac Lee will be starting quarterback for the Mustangs. Gavin Rosa, Donovan DeBita split out to the right side. Looks like Riker Zeller split out to the near side. Jordy Scott single back right now for the Mustangs. Quick pass out to DeBita. Got DeBita in stride. He's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. So again, that's at least 12 straight passes by Mac Lee. Mustangs in a hurry up. They're going again. A little bit of a bobble, but still picked up on the catch there for number 35, Cooper Sieben. That's going to be about a 4-yard pickup there for Sieben. Yeah, we're going to have a flag on a play. Looks like that could be pass interference there. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty there, automatic first down for the Mustangs. First and 10 from about the 35-yard line, just aside 35. Hand off to Rankin on the left side. It's going to pick up about 2 yards on the rush. Again, Mustangs quick to set. Fake to Scott. Got a flag down. Mac Lee is going to throw incomplete. Probably going to have a holding there on the offensive line. So, and that's the call on the play. Holding on the Mustangs. That's their first penalty. Ten-yard penalty, going to bring up about a 2nd and 18 for the Mustangs on about the 44-yard line. Mustangs empty backfield. DeBita in motion. Fake handoff. Mac Lee's going to keep it. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the run. It's going to be a long, about 3rd and a long 15, 16 here for the Mustangs. Little confusion on where the player is supposed to be going. Empty backfield, Mac Lee in shotgun formation. DeBita in motion. And they're going to get an encroachment there, so Mustang's going to pick up a few cheap ones. So 5-yard penalty. That's going to make it a 3rd and long 10 for the Mustangs, almost 11. A little bit more manageable, but still 3rd and long. About 8.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Mac Lee straight ahead on the quarterback draw. Only picked up about a half a yard on the run. Had one guy to beat, and that linebacker made the play. So again, empty backfield for the Mustangs. Trips on the near side. Gavin Rosa split out wide to the top side. Scott in the slot. Mac Lee back. He's got a man down there, and that's going to be just overthrown, Gavin Rosa. So it's going to turn over on downs. Cowboys going to be taking it back over on about the 35-yard line for the Cowboys. $7:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Cowboys coming out in their second possession. Funston on a quarterback keeper, going to pick up about 3 yards on the carry. Kirksey in on the tackle. Again, no huddle for the Cowboys, getting set on the line, going with an empty backfield. Funston from the shotgun. Mustangs in a 4-3. Looked like a potential designed option play, but that's going to end up losing about 4 yards. So good job by the Mustangs there, sniffing that one out. Again, we talked about this Mustang defense. It's been pretty good all year, even though they're 2-1 on the season. Had a really good defensive night even against Wamego. Just struggled offensively. Mustang defense looking to come up big again here right now on a third down. Trips to the near side. Funston's looking this way. He's got 0 in the slot. That's going to be picked off. Looks like Cooper Sieben took the good bounce, picked that off. He's going to end up returning that down, give the Mustangs the ball on about the 25-yard line. So Cowboys come up short again. Pass deflection, Sieben in the right place at the right time with the interception. Good return to get it down to the Cowboys 30 or 25-yard line. Mustangs in good position here on 1st and 10 on the Cowboy 25. Empty backfield for Mac Lee. He's got freshman Jacob Perkins out there on the outside edge. It's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards. Now, Dr. Bernhardt, he says 8. We'll go with 8. Officials timeout. Bell coming off the field. Rosa coming in. Hey, folks, I'm about to be joined here by the true play-by-play guy. Isaiah Dobbins is in the house. Nice little mix-up, free up from having to listen to me. That's going to be a handoff to Scott. He's got room. Good hit right there. He's going to pick up about 3 on the play, but that's good enough for a first down. Quick hitch to Lee. He's going right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2 yards. Mustangs trying to catch the Cowboys napping. Ranking into the game, Sieben out. Single back Scott being directed there by Mac Lee in the shotgun. Rankin in motion. Fake handoff to Rankin. Mac Lee's going to keep it. He's going to go nowhere. He's going to basically get back to the line of scrimmage, if not lose a half a yard. So the interior line doing a pretty good job for the Cowboys there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long 9 for the Mustangs. Kind of similar position to where they were last week against the Raiders. They don't make it here. We'll see if they go to their kicking game, put 3 up on the board, or try to go for 4th down. Lee back to pass. He's got a man open. Waiting for the signal. That looks like that is going to be a touchdown. Jacob Perkins on the outside. 14-yard pass by Mac Lee To Perkins for a touchdown.
Yeah, I walked in at two pivotal moments, the interception by Cooper Sieben and then touchdown by Dawson Rankin. So perfect timing, even though I'm late.
Perkins, touchdown.
Oh, Perkins, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, that's all right. You just got here.
Yeah.
A little slow on the uptick.
That's right.
I will let you take over at this point.
As I say, yeah, can I borrow a program? They were
fresh out.
I guess they were like hotcakes up at the front, so they didn't have any left. Thank you, sir.
Extra point good by Pendle. That's going to bring the Mustangs up to a 14-0 lead. There on the touchdown pass by Mac Lee.
We'll have to, after this first quarter, we'll have to dig into Judd's journal, see what I missed.
Judd's journal.
It's almost, that's like better than the Bromo report, I think. I don't know, it rolls off the tongue more.
It rolls off the tongue, but I know about 1/87th as much about the game. So I can't tell you what play's about to be run before it's run like Bromo does.
Oh, yeah.
Total spoiler alert by that guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
4:34 left to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs 14-0 lead. We'll have to give you time updates throughout the game. Let's just say we're in a contract dispute with the software company that provides the clock. They want money. We think it should be free.
Brandon Sims and David Cuba back deep for the Cowboys. Kick is away. Nice boot on that one. And Cowboy offense will set up shop. 20-yard line.
Didn't even look like he put full effort into that.
Yeah, I know. Off the run-up, I didn't think it was going to go that deep.
Let's break in the action. We're going to bring to you by AP Graphics. We've been a little slow getting to it, but finding the right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. The best screen printing and embroidery around, polos, tees, uniforms, hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store or team business today. AP Graphics at ap.net.
First and 10 for the Cowboys. 3 receivers split right side. Going to have a flag on the play. So it'll bring up second down. And 15. I'll back up the Cowboys 5.
Waiting to see if there's an actual signal from the flag or they just pick it up. Guess they just picked it up.
Ball on the 15-yard line. Receiver at the bottom of your screen, that's Weston Rock. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys. Mustangs showing blitz. Funston drops back to pass. Fires, screen pass. Tipped by number 61 of the Mustangs. That is Mason Faith.
Cowboys actually caught a break right there. I thought he actually completed that. They're going to call an incomplete pass, so they're going to stay with the yardage. I almost thought that was incomplete.
So third and medium now for the Cowboys.
Cowboys right now 0 for 2 on third downs.
Split receivers either side. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys. Funston takes the snap. Scanning, fires deep over the middle. Got a man downfield. This time it is picked by none other than number 15 of the Mustangs, Carson Tabirin. Back-to-back defensive stops for the Mustangs. And a costly turnover there. Deep in your own territory. Mustangs defense looking good here early.
Yeah, so that's a second pickoff here within the 40-yard line. So Mustangs, again, they're going to be coming out for their third possession. They have not really had starting field possession beyond their own 40-yard line. So for the second straight trip, they're inside the Cowboy 25. This one even better than last time. First and 10 from the 16 for the Mustangs here.
Not only that, I don't disagree with taking a shot there on third down. Weston Rock did have a step on his man coming in at 6'1", but Carson Tabirin, the safety, making the play. Not only that, but throwing into double coverage is always a hard throw to make.
Yeah, and I don't know. It looked like maybe you need a little bit more zip on the ball. It looked like it kind of floated out there. Gave Taburin plenty of time to get over and make the play. Rock was kind of going down. It was behind him. Wasn't a very crisp pass, and so Taburin stepping up, making a play, getting the second turnover of the game for the Cowboys' second interception. We're going to have a timeout by the Cowboys. They want to talk about it right here. 3:41 left to go here in the first quarter. This timeout's going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture.
Faith Furniture, serving the Manhattan and surrounding areas since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all of their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend and check out their home suite sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith. And, interception's a part of the game.
It's a home sweet home sale.
Oh, what did I say?
Home sweet sale.
Home sweet sale.
That's a sweet home
That's
sale.
a sweet home sale.
Yeah.
Home sweet home sale for your sweet home.
That's right.
That's right. Empty backfield for Lee. Ball on the 16-yard line for the Mustangs. Good starting field position here after the turnover. Trips to the right, split receivers left side. That's Bell and Perkins. Perkins motion man. Lee, quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got a hole. One man left to beat, still on his feet. Breaking tackles left and right. Mac Lee is in for 6. Mac Lee with the 16-yard pinball touchdown run for the Mustangs. And they take a 3-possession lead here about 3/4 of the way through the first quarter.
Yeah, 3:33 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs into the end zone for the third time. Again, we talked about it. I said everybody's going to be talking about the Mustang offense. I think the Mustang defense is the one that's going to be the player this year. And so far, they've given the Mustangs 2 good field positions. And we'll get to Judge Journals here in a little bit, get Isaiah caught up. But kick is up and good. Mustangs going to take a 21-0 lead here in the first quarter.
So I heard an interesting take on new opponents that come into your division or conference or whatever. Mustangs and the Cowboys have seen their fair share of matchups here, but first one on the football field. And one thing that I was hearing on the K-State postgame show was, when you can come out and make a statement win or make a statement quarter or, kind of come out and give your, conference rival a gut punch really here in first quarter, that sets tone for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit before the game. We weren't really sure what we were going to get with the Cowboys. They lost their home opener 34-7 to the Tigers at, Clay Center. I don't think Clay Center is quite as good as they were last year, but they still got Cole Pladson at quarterback. And
right.
As long as you've got the quality athlete at quarterback that Pladson is, we've talked about him in basketball. He's definitely talked about him in baseball as he's going to Oklahoma State. And then the last 2 weeks have been against Concordia and Chapman. Kind of hard to gauge how good of a team is against those teams. They're not terribly great. But I don't think anybody was expecting this start for the Mustangs.
Well, I mean, they come off a big win last week at Bonner Springs, and we kind of talked about it on the post game last time we were in action in Wamego. And when the Mustangs face adversity and they do lose to a good team, they usually, it kind of sparks them into the win streak that we've seen the past seasons.
Yeah, and I don't know if you call it a rivalry, but there certainly isn't any love lost between these two teams. They've met each other in basketball. They certainly have met each other in baseball. And now they're going to meet each other every year now that they're both part of the NCKL. But, I think the Mustangs were wanting to come out and make a statement and pick up their first NCKL football win. So it's still early on, though. There's a lot of football left to be played.
That is number 15 for the Cowboys, Luke Hunter on the carry. Not a lot of running room there. Well defended by the front four of the Mustangs. Excuse me. That was number 35 on the carry, Heath Hokeman. And that was something we didn't see last time Mustangs were in action. That front three really causing a disturbance early.
Yeah, they're firing off the ball. They're really trying to get a deep penetration in there. You can see they're having to double team up, and they're still getting in.
Funston navigate in the pocket. Fires for his intended target. That's number 0, Levi Evans. just a little too much on that one. Bring up another 3rd and long for the Cowboys.
So, yeah, passing game right now, a little bit of a struggle for the Cowboys. 1 for 6 for -1 yard right now on a receiver screen. Running game has been just about the biggest struggle right now. They're currently sitting at a -8 in rushing yards. So they're looking for an answer right now, and really that's going to start with the offensive line. And that front 3 of the Mustangs is getting it done on defense.
Empty backfield for Funston. Fires to his left. Falls incomplete. Well, we'll have a flag on the play. We'll see where this one ends up. The official ruling here.
Legal procedure on the Cowboys.
So it'll bring up 4th and 12 now for the Cowboys. Last, offensive drives for the Cowboys really haven't been able to get past the 30-yard line and make any sort of momentum. They're going to punt this one away here. Back deep for the Mustangs is number 2, Donovan DeBita. He'll field it, running to his left, gets a block. We're going to have a flag on the play.
Yeah, we're going to have that thrown from 30 yards from an official that was completely out of position to make the call. There were 2 that were looking right at it. It didn't look like a block in the back to me. It looked like the runner had turned, and he squared his shoulders, and he caught him on the front side, not the back side. So I imagine this flag's going to get picked up after this conversation. But we'll see. But DeBita picked up about, 8 yards on the return?
Yeah, I think he could have got more on there if he wouldn't have let it hit the ground first. Yeah.
But, yeah, I think the head official really wants this to be a block in the back, but the 2 other officials that were close that saw it, I don't think are going to agree with him, but we'll see what they ultimately come out with.
Much like you're going to see those types of plays on punt returns and kick returns, especially when a team's running.
Abilene head coach is clear out on the field.
Especially when a team's running downhill, whether it be kicking or receiving team. But I necessarily don't agree with the call there, but officials could have saw something that I didn't see up here in the booth. So that'll back up the Mustangs 15.
Yeah, so the official 40 yards away had a better view of the 2 that were 5 yards away that were on the front side of it. But that's why he's the head official. He ultimately gets to make the call on what happened. So Mustang with a 15-yard penalty. So they'll be starting their 4th possession from about the 36, 37-yard line. So
empty backfield again for Lee. Quarterback keeper Lee up the right side, cutting back. Be brought down past the 45-yard line. Good first down run for Mac Lee.
Going to pick up about 9 on that.
Mustangs into a little bit of a hurry up here. Another empty backfield for Lee. Drops back to pass. Fires. Caught. That's DeBita. And that'll be enough for first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pick up about 7 there on the play.
And the game plan we saw 2 weeks ago from the Mustangs really proving dividends here. I mean, they were trying the quarterback run early on, and those, kind of short 10 to 15-yard routes for the Mustangs. Looking good here. Empty backfield again for Lee. Dropping back to pass.
Cowboys came
Fires over the middle.
That should be a flag right there. So they want to talk about protecting the players. But, yeah, that was a helmet-to-helmet contact. That was a big emphasis that they wanted to make this year, was a defensive player, whether it's offensive or defensive, they want to protect them. So even if a defensive player is going up for it and an offensive player lays them out like that, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty every single time.
That was Pendle and the hit from Weston Rock. So that'll be another first down for the Mustangs. So they're almost in the red zone here.
Yeah, I don't think that was malicious intent or anything like that. He was just trying to make a hard play. But again, that's what Keisha really wants to emphasize, is protecting the defenseless player. And so, at the college level, that probably doesn't get called, but the high school level, they're trying to protect a little bit more.
Pendle over the middle again, spinning off one defender. Ooh. Be brought down about the 20-yard line. So we
got
have
a couple
flag
flags
on
here.
the play.
Yeah, we got one in the backfield. We got one off the side. I think the problem here right now with the other things the officials are going to do is they don't want this game to get out of hand and get it chippy, and they don't want anybody to get hurt. So I think you're going to see pretty close calls happening here for about the next quarter.
So both fouls on the defense.
Yeah, I think one of them. May have come from the sideline, maybe.
Yeah, I looked like the head official kind of turned around and pointed there.
Yeah.
Not for sure who on Cowboys sideline, but.
So again, officials are going to try to take control of this a little bit early on so it doesn't get out of hand, so nobody gets hurt. So I think we'll see some cloak. Yeah, so I think they're going to be watching it pretty close here.
So Mustangs knocking on the door to go up 4 scores here towards the end of the first quarter. 21-0 your score. It's first and goal for the Mustangs.
So, yeah, that's 6 penalties for 60 yards for the Cowboys here in the first quarter.
Stacked receivers left side, either side. Lee, quarterback, keeper. Nowhere to go this time. He'll be brought down by number 35 of the Cowboys, Heath Hokeman, in on the stop.
Yeah, it almost looked like the ball may have come out there at the end. I didn't see whether he's down or not, but there was no signal from the officials, but I did see a Cowboy player drop on it, and they tried to signal, but apparently the officials thought he was down at this point in time. Didn't get a good view here, but second and goal for the Mustangs from the 5.
Another empty backfield for Lee. Motion man's DeBita. Lee will keep it up the middle. He's in. Back-to-back rushing touchdowns for Mac Lee. And we have another flag on the play.
Oh, we're going to hold up, everybody. Oh, it's going to be an after. Looks like there may be some trash talking back there by the Mustangs. They end up getting an unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown.
Not for sure on who.
Not surprised either. Like we said, there's no love lost between these two teams. There's always been a lot of trash talking on both the basketball court and the baseball field that we've seen. I didn't expect the football field to be any different. Looks like that's going to be assessed on the kickoff. So Cowboys will have an opportunity to return the kick here after the point after attempt by Pendle. 1:03 here in the first quarter. Mustangs trying to go up 28-0 right here with the extra point. And that is going to be good. So Mustangs take a 28-0 lead here. 1:03 left to go in the first quarter.
Really just a statement first half for the Mustangs. I mean, our first quarter, sorry. I walked in and it was, 7-0, so I thought it was going to be a close to contested contest. And Mustangs kind of blown the door open here with 4 scores up, the minute 3 left to play.
Well, they kind of set the tone on the opening kickoff when Eli Bell ran it back 92 yards for a touchdown from the get-go.
That usually helps. That helps.
So I don't know if you got a chance to see the routes to victory. One of the things we talked about was winning special teams. Mustangs so far winning special teams. Again, early on here in this game, there's a lot of football left to be played. A lot can change between now and the final buzzer, but right now Mustangs a comfortable lead here. 1:03 left to go in the first quarter, up 28-0. Mustangs going to be kicking off from about the 25-yard line. So again, Cowboys in position for a good return. Their return men again will be Cuba and Rock, they're going to be sitting on about the 20-yard line.
And there's still plenty of time left in this game, but if the Cowboys want to cut into this deficit, they got to get into Mustang territory here on this drive, I think. Just getting points on the board. So whether that's touchdown or two-point conversion, touchdown, two-point conversion.
Yeah, definitely.
Goal, just something.
The Cowboys need a sustained drive right here. They've had 4 straight 3-and-out. So, yeah, you hate to say a critical possession in the first quarter, but really this is a critical possession for the Cowboys. They need to put points on the board with this possession. And the Mustangs going to try to do everything they can to get that ball turned back over in another 3-and-out and give their offense another chance on the field.
It's a high kick. Be fielded by Rock. Excuse me, that is number 7, David Cuba. Nice return there.
Yeah, I got about 18 yards on the return.
57.7 remaining here, first quarter. Mustangs leading 28-0.
So we'll see who steps up for the Cowboys right now. Struggling a little bit on both the passing and the running game right now, but looks like we got a change at QB right here.
Funston, the motion man. Hokeman's going to keep it. Let's call that Wildcat formation a little bit for the Cowboys. Would like to see him mix up personnel a little bit. Number 35 for the Cowboys, Heath Hokeman. When he's kind of back there, I'm almost 95% sure it might be a run. I could be stand corrected here, but usually in Funston, back at QB, probably pass play coming here from the Cowboys.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to get Rock implemented in this game, so they're going to do an option. Funston's going to keep that. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, though. Sorry about that, Isaiah. Kind of jumped in.
Go ahead. You go ahead. You go right ahead.
Have to change my mode.
But that'll be Nick Allen on the stop for the Mustangs. I'll do it after the first quarter, 28-0. Mustangs on top.
This timeout's going to be brought to you by Backroads Broadcasting. Backroads Broadcasting is your primary partner for Rock Creek Mustang Sports, bringing the action home to you. While we're always working hard on ideas, innovations, and technologies to help our broadcasts, we can always use help from our supporters and listeners. If you're looking for a live broadcast for your future event and interested in being an advertiser for current events, go ahead and contact us at sales@brbc.live. We offer flexible ad packages, perpetual visibility online, and local targeted audiences. We do still currently have multiple ad packages available for this football season, and they can carry over to multiple seasons as well. You can always help us out. Donate through Cash App at $BRBCL or Venmo at BRBCL. I want to thank you for joining our broadcast tonight and being a part of the BRB community. Backroads Broadcasting's bringing the action home to you.
Really just a picture-perfect first quarter for the Mustangs there. I mean, pitching a shutout, up 4 scores. Offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, offense is firing on all cylinders. They've had to short field multiple times, so they really haven't racked up much in yardage, but they've been efficient. Defense is getting the job done right now. We're on another 3rd down for the Cowboys. So Mustangs trying to make it 5 straight 3-and-outs.
Funston rolling to his left, fires. That'll be caught by his man.
Well, that's really close.
Wilkins. Good hands there from Wilkins. Right at the sticks.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, I think
it was close. I knew it was real close.
You know, we're not like dead center on the 50-yard. Well, we're pretty close, but it's always, elevation kind of plays a little bit of a factor with the ball spot. But
who was the receiver on that one? I missed
that. Was number 10 for the Cowboys, Nolan Wilkins, on the reception. So Cowboys now in Mustang territory. Hokeman, direct snap to him. Run up the middle. Gain of a few. And
he's He's a big runner.
Oh, yeah. And
he gets his legs going.
Yeah.
He gets forward head of motion. He could be a tough one to bring down.
Yeah, and not only that, but the Mustangs could get caught defensively. I mean, they're kind of really expecting run up the middle with Hokeman back there. If they can do a little bit of a jet sweep out of that wildcat motion with Hokeman, I think that could provide positive offense for the Cowboys.
Or even hit somebody on a 5-yard slant and catch them napping like that. I think just about anybody in the football field could throw a 5-yard slant, but
here's another run up the middle for the Cowboys. This time it'll be number 20. That is Lane Hokeman. So 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cowboys.
Yeah, so another 3rd down opportunity here for the Cowboys. 1 for 5 so far on the evening. The first time they picked up a first down, actually, was just the last one they picked up.
Could be 4-down territory. Back to pass. Fires for his intended target, Rock, just off the hands. This will bring up 4th and 5 now for the Cowboys. So, quarterback change. That was number 5, Aaron Hartman.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that at the beginning of the game. Hartman actually started the season against Clay Center, struggled a little bit, got picked off a couple times, and they brought Funston in. So they have 2 quarterbacks. They can run them both out there, not unlike what we saw last year with Rosa and Lee, kind of depending on what package you want to go with to try to get offensive working. But they're going to go for it here on 4th.
Reverse for Rock. He gets a block on the edge. Still on his feet. He'll be brought down by Cooper Sieben. Good run there by Weston Rock. Hell of enough for the first down. Patented jet sweep works for the Cowboys. 1st and 10.
Yeah, would he pick up about 8 yards on that? Good enough for a first down. But, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. They need to figure out how to get Rock implemented into this offense a little bit more. He is probably their best athlete on that field on both, offensive and defensively for the Cowboys.
Give is to Rock again, this time up the middle, nowhere to go.
Looks like that's going to be number 7.
Number 7, excuse me, Cuba.
So, yeah, David Cuba basically trying to find anything to help get the offense going.
The front 3 really setting the tone for the defense of the Mustangs, and rightfully so. I mean, last time we saw them in action at Omega, they were the ones getting backed up. They're the one applying the pressure to the Cowboys offense here. Fires to the left for Hokeman. They're going to rule that a catch. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like they're going to give it to him. It was pretty close. I couldn't really tell, but looks like I only pick up a couple yards on that. But
so 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cowboys. 8:44 remaining here, second quarter.
it's another 3rd down, 3rd and mid for the Cowboys.
Hartman in at QB. Shotgun set, 2 receivers either side. Hartman fires just outside his intended target, Tegan Funston. Had the man over the middle, and the little check down pass just threw it right behind him.
Yeah.
If he led him just a little bit, that could have gone in.
That's exactly where I was going. That was the right play, the right call. He had the guy he wanted, just was throwing behind him instead of in front of him. He hits in front, and he picks up another 7-8 yards for it. He's even touched. So it gets first down and then some. But, yeah, that pass coming in behind him. Hard to stop on a dime like that in grass to try to come back and make that catch. But, yeah, good. It was a good play call by the Cowboys. Pass was just a little bit behind.
And, yeah, I mean, had both the safeties on the decoy on the fly routes there. So 4th and 5 here. Hartman back at quarterback. Cuba, his running back. Split receivers either side. Funston, the motion man. Hartman fires.
Ooh.
That's dangerous pass. Almost intercepted by Noah Valberg.
Yeah, and with Valberg's speed, he catches that. I'm not sure anybody's catching him. That could end up being a pick 6, actually.
We've seen that a time or two.
Yeah, so not the worst outcome for the Cowboys on that particular instance. So it wasn't picked off, wasn't a pick 6, but, yeah, didn't pick up the first down. So that was their first attempt at going forward on 4th down. Mustangs taking over. Got a long field ahead of them now, though, starting out on their own 23-yard line.
So bunch receivers at the bottom of your screen. Zion Bell, the running back now for the Mustangs. He'll get the call. Got a hole up the middle. Good run there for Zion Bell. They'll have the first down. We're going to have a flag on the play.
So we'll see if this play stands or not.
This will be unsportsmanlike conduct on Rock Creek. So that'll back him up.
So Bell was about a 9-yard run. That's going to back him up 15. So you're going to end up probably about, what, second and 16, 14? I don't do good with math. Wait for the scoreboard pop it up.
Right.
Oh, it looks like they were going to actually give him enough for the first down on the run. So that changes things a little bit. So it's actually going to be first and looks like 20. 10-yard penalty.
Trips right. DeBita in motion. Lee back to pass. Fires for Bell. Bell has it. Still on his feet. Crossing the 50-yard line into Cowboy territory. Well past first down marker. So
yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a 29-yard pickup there by Bell.
That was taking Funston on the coverage there. A little bit of a shoestring save tackle there for Funston. Bell had some full head of steam. Lee, the give to Bell. Bell bounces outside, nowhere to go.
Things are happening quickly now.
And Mustangs, 7:40 remaining here. Up 4 scores. In really no hurry. They're kind of in the driver's seat right now. They can look to take some time off the clock here. DeBita, the motion man again. He'll get it this time. Well defended again.
It looks like he's going to lose about 3 on that, on the end around.
I believe that was Joseph Welsh on the stop for the Cowboys. Big back-to-back stops on the edge there. Motion man. Lee changing the play call.
Yeah, trying to draw the offense offside there, try to pick up 5 easy ones, but got to get the play off now here, getting low on.
Lee back to pass. Good coverage. Pocket collapsing. Fires for his intended target. That's number 25. That is Jacob Perkins. Just a little high for him. Be a turnover on downs.
Well, actually, they're going to come out to punt. So Mustangs 1 for 3 on third down attempts tonight. Like to not to go for it here to midfield. Go ahead and try to push the Cowboys back inside the 10 if all possible. Bell back to punt for the Mustangs. Pretty good leg on him. But the way the defense is playing, go ahead and push them back deep and let your defense do what the defense has been doing.
Well said. Punts away. Nice high punt. Cuba's going to take this one. Not a lot of real estate after the catch.
That was pretty gutsy, but
it was.
Mustangs stayed back just a little bit, man, to make sure they didn't get an interference call. And looks like that was Rock actually made that, but got about 4 yards on return. Looks like the Cowboys will be taking over on about the 23-yard line. So getting ready to start their 6th possession of the game and the half. Ring ringy.
Quarterback keeper for number 6, Tegan Funston. Gain of a couple on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that's 7 carries for Funston. He's only managed to get 5 total yards, so they've struggled just getting positive yardage in the run game right now.
One thing that the Cowboys could kind of take a gamble here, a little play-action pass could go well with how aggressive that front line is playing for the Mustangs. Funston to the right side. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Good run.
Well, we got a late flag coming in there. Maybe a holding. The initial call looks like it is going to be a holding, so I think this is going to be coming back. But, yeah, good idea there on a quarterback sweep out to the right side. It was actually good enough to pick up about 10 yards, but I don't know if holding really had any factor in them picking up that 10 yards. But, again, that 10-yard penalty from the spot. So,
yeah, outside runs could be beneficial for the Cowboys. Mustangs only with a 3-man front, so if you think about it, they run dual tight ends. It can really seal that edge and just have to worry about the secondary of the Mustangs.
Yeah, and they're trying to key off a number 7, Bell, right there, and he's kind of all over the place, flashing like he's going to blitz and he kind of backs off, and there you got Sieben coming from the outside on a blitz.
Gets it to Rock. Rock up the middle. He's got speed. Cuts it back right side. He'll cross the 40-yard line. Good check down from Funston to Rock.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 26-yard pickup. That was actually Sieben's man, so he was coming on the blitz. Good job by the Cowboys picking that up, getting the pass off. And so, again, 26-yard pickup there to Rock. And like I said, they've been desperately need to get him involved in this game.
Empty backfield for Funston. Drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing, rolling to his right. Fires. Caught. That'll be enough for the first down. Who else? Weston Rock on the reception. Back-to-back first downs for the Cowboys. So Cowboys picking up a little steam here.
Yeah, kind of
the end of the first half.
Yeah, kind of finding their groove here. 4:40 left to go here in the first half. Just trying to get some points on the board before they go into halftime. They will have the ball to start the second half, so if they could get some points on the board, an opportunity to come back and put some more up before the Mustangs even get a chance to touch it on offense is really what they're looking for right now.
Funston loses the snap.
Oh, he did a good job of getting right back on
close.
it. Though. Very close.
That was 51 on the pursuit for the Mustangs, Wade Ridinghouse. And, yeah, right you are there, Judd. I mean, if they can get a score here, hold the Mustangs, and go into halftime, 28-7, come back out, score, then you're looking at a 2-possession game. They're right back in this thing.
So they ended up losing about 3 on the play.
2nd and 14, empty backfield for Funston. Trips right side, 2 receivers near side. That's Hokeman and Wilkins. Funston, another low snap. Receive it, rolling to his left, fires for Wilkins over his head. Smart decision there to throw that one away off the low snap.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good heads-up play. Nothing he could do. He actually pretty good hands there to scoop that ball up the way it was rolling. So that's a tough play to make. Probably one that's overlooked, but caught a Cowboy bounce on that, even though the snap wasn't good, but bounced into his hands. But, yeah, good job just getting rid of that, keep it at about a 3rd and a long 13, 14 yards. Otherwise, you're looking at a 3rd and probably 20-plus. Mustangs showing blitz. Cowboys going to go ahead and take their second timeout. They want to talk about this. 3:45 left to go here in the first.
What's this timeout brought to you by, Judd?
This is going to be brought to you by, hey, let's do an outdoor bank. We don't even have to talk.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, says our intern.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm Avery Johnson, quarterback for the K-State Wildcats. With the current climate of NIL and college sports, it's extremely important to have a banking partner you relate to. Outdoor Bank has some of the same interests that I do as a 19-year-old college student. The modern conveniences and personalized service allows me to focus on the things I do best. They're going out of their way to make it more like in style and more appealing for people of my age.
Welcome back to second quarter action here at the Rock. Mustangs lead 28-0. 3:45 remaining here. Second quarter. 3rd and 14 for the Cowboys. Looks like we're going to have Cuba in at quarterback here. Excuse me, that's Funston. Funston, pocket collapsing, rolling to his left. Green grass ahead, throws across his body just off the hands of his intended target, Hokeman. A little bit of like a delayed seam route there from Hokeman. Went about 15 yards upfield and just kind of planted himself in the middle there. Just off the hands. And another dangerous one for the Cowboys, too. That one was tipped up in the air, bounced off about 3 Mustang defenders, and they almost had another interception.
I think we talked about it last year. We always play games and joke about the tip drill when you used to do football practices, but tonight we've actually seen several of them come into play. One of them ended up being an interception. And 2 others that were in the air just waiting. As a coach on the offensive side, you're just hoping that ball gets down.
And, if you play wide receiver, you learn how to play DB at times.
So Mustang's going to take over here. 3:29 left to go in the first half on their own 21-yard line. They do have, I believe, all 3 of their timeouts. So
yes, I think you're right. And this is, the Mustang offense and defense we're kind of used to seeing. They kind of feed off one another. I mean, you have the 2 interceptions that practically put the Mustangs in the red zone. You have Mac Lee being a dual-threat quarterback, getting it done on both ends. And really just, kind of being patient with the run, waiting for blocks to develop and making plays. Here's to give to Bell. Bell up the left side, breaks 1 tackle. Still on his feet. Be out of bounds.
Or they have him out. Looks like he's going to pick up about 11 yards, first down. Yeah, so you talk about the defense. We've been talking about him for years. You can see the slow development. The defense just keeps getting better and better. Last year we saw, at times they struggled, but then at times they really came up big. They bent, but they didn't break a lot. I think this year's defense right now is probably one of the most solid defenses I've seen from Rock Creek in quite some time. So they really have set their offense up multiple times to be in really good position.
Well, not only that, I think of the Mustang defense being is really fundamental sound, and they really don't care who makes the play. I mean, it could be, a whole host of linemen, or you have one of the linebackers coming off the edge. Even I've seen safeties and cornerbacks come off the edge and make a play as well. Lee back to pass, fires over the middle, got a man downfield to Beta, just off his hand. Did have a step on Rock there, it looked like.
Yeah, they were in stride, hands right on each other, pretty good defense. I didn't see Rock ever turn back and look for the ball. You really want to make sure your defender's turning back and looking for that. Sometimes if they're not turning, looking for the ball. But, again, that was just good defense. It was a really good pass as well by Lee. Just tough catch for DeBita to make, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Marysville is leading Concordia 24-0 at halftime. Shout out to Cody Liming for the score update.
Yeah, speaking of Marysville, they upset. I guess you could say upset Wamego last week. So,
and we've talked about it time and time again. I mean, this division of football is the best of the best. I mean, anybody really could just go off a week. I mean, there's nobody that's really. I mean, you have your front runners like Cheney, Andale, but I mean, really on any given Friday, anything could happen. I mean,
Mustang's going to take their first time out. Yeah, so Marysville will be both a league and a division game this year. So this timeout's going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture. Faith Furniture has been serving the Manhattan and surrounding area since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and the family experience that they share with all of their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. Go ahead and see them this weekend and check out their Home Sweet Home sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you've got to have faith. So 2:28 left to go here in the first half. Mustangs leading 28-0. Big third down for them right here. It's only the fourth third down that they've experienced tonight. They've been pretty efficient on the offensive side. They're 1 for 3 on first downs or third downs.
Trips right for the Mustangs. Empty backfield for Lee. Lee back to pass, looking, scanning, pocket lapses, steps up, rolls to his right, fires, and they'll just throw this one away.
Yeah, I didn't know if he thought Bell was maybe going to peel off and head up the sideline.
Well, not only that, but I mean, Lee had some green grass in front of him. If he just told him to go and Bell could have thrown a block there, Lee could have turned that into a big gain.
Yeah, for sure. I think Lee probably could have had a first down off the run, but it had been close. But Mustangs are set to punt this one away here.
Another score update. The end of 2 quarters of play. Chapman 18, Clay Center 12. So that is a little bit of a shocker there, too. Like we said.
I almost didn't register that. Chapman 18, Clay Center 12.
Yeah, when we repeat something up here in the booth, we got to say it once again for Judd.
I don't hear
got to process.
well. Help me, I'm old.
Nice high punt for Bell. I'll take a generous bounce. That'll go at about we'll say 25-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see where they mark this at. I'm guessing around, they moved that up a little bit. So about the 29-yard line.
So approaching the 2-minute warning. Not really, but close to 2 minutes here.
Hey, it's at college now.
Quarter, yeah.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a media timeout someday as well.
There we go. Those wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, they actually have one set for each half if you're on a live televised broadcast over the air.
Ah.
Yeah, because we set the rules in the 1960s on that.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
I think.
Yeah,
if I read that
sounds
right.
good to me.
I know there's a media timeout available if it's a live broadcast, over-air broadcast.
That works for me. Turn receivers either side. Funston joining the backfield by Cuba. Rolls to his left. Motions.
He's got to peel off.
Rock. I think if Rock would have kept going, that pump fake initially drew. I think that was, who was that for the Mustangs? It was Landon Snyder coming in. Thought he was going to throw it. Thought he was going to get a play. If he faked that and Rock kept going, he could have hit the home run ball there.
Yeah, I wonder if Rock heard the feet of
Snyder.
Yeah, because he had Rankin beat a peel off there. Yeah, Snyder at safety coming over, and Rock just kind of pulled up a little bit on that. 2nd and 10.
Flag on the play. Screen for Rock. Rock bounces it out to the left side. Rock still on his feet. He'll run out of bounds. Just at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see. That's probably going to be in the neutral zone or illegal formation based off of where – So it looks like it's about a 17-yard pickup if this play stands.
We've seen the Cowboys offense, take some shots downfield, but it's really the wide receiver screens, check down passes, and really broken plays that have paid dividends for the Cowboys offensively.
Yeah, and again, the penalties is kind of shooting themselves in the foot just a little bit. So I think there was an illegal formation on that, so ended up being a 5-yard penalty. So that's their 8th penalty for 75 yards unofficially, according to what I'm tracking here in the first half alone. So we've had some unsportsmanlike on both sides.
So minute 50 to play here, second quarter. Trip receivers left side. I believe that's Hartman at the top of your screen. Sends Cuba in motion. Funston on the quarterback keeper, bounces it out to the right side, runs into his own blocker. And he'll have a gain of a couple on the play. Bring up 3rd down for the Cowboys.
Looks like he picked up about, 5 on that?
Yeah.
So another 3rd and long situation for the Cowboys. 1 for 8 so far in first half on third down conversions.
Evans is the receiver near side. Screen pass. That is to, I believe that's 87, Jackson Cuba. He'll have enough for the first down. Love a good old tight end screen.
You know, they run a tight end in some of their sets. I'm surprised they really haven't utilized it more here in the first half. They've been really, I think they've opened up their playbook quite a bit, trying to find a combination. We've seen multiple people in the backfield, 2 different quarterbacks. They're kind of spreading the ball around on the receiver.
Funston fires deep downfield for his man. That'll be broken up by Wahlberg on the play. And really, those screen passes are doing well for the Cowboys. They're kind of using the momentum of the Mustangs front and those linebackers crashing in to their advantage. So then that allows the line to go free and block downfield for their receiver.
You know, one of the few criticisms we had for the Mustang defense early on was, you know, basically the corners peeling off early, coming in for the quarterback and kind of leaving their guys open. Haven't seen as much of that since game 1. It was an issue they fixed, but you know, we talked about the Mustang defense, and one thing that we do notice a lot, looks like the Mustangs are going to end up taking their second timeout here so they don't get caught with too many men on the field there. But there's very few solo tackles that happens by this Mustang team. I mean, it's
agree.
It's a group tackle on
is.
almost every particular play that happens.
And that's just a sign of a good defense. I mean, you know, like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter who's getting the stop. You get one guy that holds on, and then the rest bring him down. So
let's go ahead and do a quick break here with Roach Media Group. Roach Media Group, where media work is their true passion and their primary focus, located in St. George, Kansas. They are your local, friendly, professional photographer with assortment of packages available for professional headshots, family and senior portraits, engagements, and weddings, providing high-resolution image files or prints taken on location or in their studio. Roach Media Group also can provide professional edits. If you're a realtor, Roach Media Group is your local area expert in real estate photography and videography. Ask about the drone and 360 view camera tours when you reach out to them today at roachmediagroup.com or call 785-979-0527. Roach Media Group.
shout out Cuddy Roach, the man, the myth, the legend.
No tagline available.
So 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Twin receivers either side. Funston joining the backfield by Cuba, sends him in motion. Funston drops back to pass, fires over the middle. Just not enough for Rock. Rock really getting into the secondary for the Cowboys.
Yeah, he had the right position. That pass just, I don't know, kind of floated out of his hand. But, yeah, Rock was open. Defender was behind him. I think he was in the right spot at the right time. Pass just didn't get to him. So break there for the Mustangs.
And if I'm guarding Weston Rock on the edge for Mustang, I'm not going to go so much as press coverage. I might give him a step or two because he's really getting into the secondary.
Yeah, I talked about it before the game. You know, Rock is the player that the Cowboys need to come up big. And so trying to figure out how to give him the ball. And again, I think they've had the right routes and the right plays called for whatever reason. You know, either the ball's not getting to him or it's, you know, some other little mishap here or there, or there's a penalty on the play. So it kind of brings it all back. But
so clock continuing to run here. 15 seconds remaining. Flag down on the far side. I don't know if the Cowboys are going to get another playoff. They might just hold off till halftime. That looks like what it'll be. So after 2 quarters of play, Mustangs up 4 scores, 28-0.
Yeah, we're going to step away. We'll keep the camera rolling and let you watch the Rock Creek dance team. However, we will have to turn sound off due to copyrights, and so we will keep that going. But we'll be back before the start of the second half, and Isaiah and I will give you some updates on stats and some local area scores to kind of keep you updated. So stick with us through halftime. Judd McCormick, Isaiah Dobbins will BRB. Welcome back to Backroads Broadcasting. Judd McCormick here, giving you some updates here. We got about 2 minutes to go before we start talking about second half football. Some scores around the area. Silver Lake at halftime over the St. Mary's Bears, 20-6. Down in southeast Kansas, Galena over Fredonia right now in the second quarter, 22-10. Ignore the ad, skip that, keep going forward. Let's see what else we had going on here. I had a Wichita Collegiate score ready to go, but it looks like Riley County right now 13-12 over Council Grove at halftime.
I got you, Jed.
I was going to say, where'd all my scores go? They all disappeared on me.
Go scores and Kansas.
Andale 24, Wichita Collegiate 0. Of course, 28-0 here at the Rock. Manhattan currently leading Junction City 30-0 at halftime.
So Clay Center jumping back up to a 3-point lead, 21-18. Still close to contested matchup.
Southeast Saline 24, Kingman 0. Not that anybody cares, but Golden Plains 68, Tri-Plains Brewster 6. That's out in my neck of the woods growing up there.
That's southwest Kansas?
That is northwest Kansas.
I was close.
Third quarter right now, Allen Northern Heights, which I believe has the longest winning streak in the Kansas high school football right now, up 20-14 over Flint Hills.
You know, I think it needs to be said. I think Kansas football's up there. I mean, it's, you know, when you think of football, you think Texas and, you know, you think all these big cities, big schools. But, I mean, really, like, you know, Kansas football, we've been kind of spoiled the past few years with as far as divisions and great teams, winning streaks and all. So,
yeah, we've had some entertainment, that's for sure. Yeah, everybody's going to talk about Florida, Texas, California as your big football states, Pennsylvania, Ohio. You know, I think Kansas is starting to come in more of its own. I think it started about 30 years ago, really, with the revival of K-State. I think really picked football back up in the state of Kansas. I don't think you have to look any further than the Wildcats team right now when you look at, you know, quarterback and 2 running backs that are starting for that team that are all here from the state of Kansas. 5-star tight end coming out of Northwest Kansas coming in next year. So, you know, they're getting some good recruits and they're keeping them here in Kansas now more often than not. So, yeah, you know, there's some validity to what you're saying for sure. Let's talk about a little bit of stats here in the first half. We'll go ahead and get started with the Abilene Cowboys. Again, Mustangs up 28-0 here at halftime. Kind of a struggle offensively for the Cowboys. They just picked up 1 of 9 third down attempts. They were 0 for 1 on fourth down. Right now, getting the rush game is kind of a struggle. Funston has 10 carries for 8 yards. Heath Hokeman has 3 carries for just 1 yard. He only had 1 positive run on that. Lane Hokeman has 1 run for 2 yards. Weston Rock has 1 run for 8 yards. Right now, Funston's sitting at about 6 for 18 passing with 2 interceptions, 61 yards. Hartman's come in. He's actually had 2 pass attempts, both incompletes. Weston Rock has 4 receptions for 37 yards. He's basically leading the team. Big number for Abilene in the first half. 8 penalties for 75 yards, according to what I have. That, of course, is not official, but we talked about it earlier. A lot of unsportsmanlike conducts on both sides. Early on in the game and towards the end of the first quarter, and we knew the officials would kind of try to take over at that point in time. For the Mustangs, Mac Lee rushing. He's got 8 carries for 36 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zion Bell has, looks like 4 carries for 25 yards. Mac Lee passing currently right now is 6 for 9 for 70 yards with the touchdown. Eli Bell with a reception for 29 yards. DeBita 2 receptions for 15. Perkins 2 receptions for 22 and a touchdown. So again, Mustangs will be kicking the ball off here in the second half. Cowboys, looks like Cuba and Rock back to receive. Really need to get a score right here for the Cowboys here to start the second half to even start climbing back into this lead. They could easily score 28 in the second half. Mustangs know that, so their defense wants to keep doing what it's been doing. Offense just needs to do enough to keep the Abilene Cowboy defense on the field. That's going to be picked up from Rock on about the 5-yard line. He's going to bounce to the outside, but he's going to be swallowed up there at about the 31-yard line. Good return for Rock. So about a 21-yard pickup on the return there. And the Cowboys offense takes the field for the first possession of the second half.
So 2 receivers far side. Here's the pitch to Cuba. Well defended by the Mustangs.
Yeah, maybe pick up about a half a yard there.
Yeah. I'd like to see him, go back to the air a little bit. They were finding success there with Rock towards the end of that second quarter.
Yeah, one of the routes to victory we mentioned for Abilene is take what the defense gives you. And right now, maybe I would start looking at, we talked about earlier, do some quick slants, do some quick hitch, maybe some quick outs. It's okay to pick up 4 or 5 yards of pass here. Right now, struggling getting it going, but he's got Rock down the middle, but he's rolling out to his left side and just doesn't quite have enough to get it there. Left-handed quarterback rolling left side. Rock was kind of running a seam route, was open there for a minute, but again, pass well short of Rock. So again, go back to that as maybe start, you got 2nd and 9, maybe start chipping away here or there, pick up 4 yards there, 5 yards there, get into a rhythm in the offense before you start trying to do those 10, 15-yard hits right now.
Yeah.
We're going to have an offsides there on the Mustang defense. That's just their 4th penalty of the night. But they've all been for big yards.
Yeah. And not only that, but, down 4 score still. You can afford to gamble a little bit, open up the playbook. I mean, definitely try to get some of your players involved here. I'm not saying come back from 4 scores is impossible, but, I mean, Rock's kind of been their rock on offense.
Right.
No pun intended. But, try to open up the playbook a little bit, get more guys like Cuba, Hokeman involved. So we'll see what they can do here.
And right now you only need 5 yards to get a first down, so I don't think you're looking to go 10, 15, 20 yards. I think you're looking to go 6, 7 yards. So Mustang speed right now on the defense, not giving Funston a whole lot of time to get his feet set to make the pass. So that's why I think he's having a hard time getting a lot of zip on the ball. He's floated a lot of them out there, but again, it's because of the pressure by the Mustangs coming after him.
So give is to Cuba. Not a lot of running room there.
Yeah, maybe another yard right there. A hard yardage picking up there.
And, as a defensive scheme, you always get kind of a nod if you can, dominate on a 3-man front. I mean, Mustang started that quarter with a 3-4 defense, and now looks like they're adding an extra man on the front line there.
Yeah, and the last kind of second decision there, decided to go ahead and punt it with 4th and 5.
Kick is away. Off the hands. And I think the Cowboys will get the football back.
Yeah, had a fair catch there called by Wahlberg, and unfortunately let it get into his shoulder pads, and what we see often enough, the ball just bounces right off the shoulder pads, and Cowboys get a break right there, so they're going to get the ball back.
I had one of those happen in practice, but I blamed it on the sun. Sun obviously not a factor here. At 8:34 p.m. at night, but lights, yeah, there we go. Hey,
Yeah, just too high up on the shoulder pad, just bounces off those hard pads. So Cowboys in a little bit of business here, 1st and 10 from about the 34-yard line.
Hartman back in at quarterback. Joined by Cuba in the backfield. Low snap, Hartman rolling to his right, fires, caught. That'll be by number 6 of the Cowboys, Tegan Funston.
Yeah, he's a little slow getting up after that. Looks like about a 6-yard pickup there for Hartman.
Hartman getting the play call from the sideline. Cuba joins him in the backfield. Stacked receivers, or excuse me, split receivers near side. Hartman gets the snap, looking, firing. Didn't look like he got a hold of that one. Wilkins, his intended target.
Yeah, I'm not sure really right there. I think you got to pick up on that. I think on that outside, we talk about Rock. He was sitting there in the slot receiver position. You only have 3 yards to go. They gave him about a 12-yard cushion on the defense there. He could have easily just basically done a quick step in, a slant, 4 yards, pick up a first down. Again, we talk about take what the defense gives you. Right now, I think the Cowboys are trying to do just a little bit too much and bringing up another third down, 3rd and 4th, manageable. But again, I think they're trying to take too big of hits and not just taking what the Mustangs are giving them right now.
Give is to Cuba. Cuba up the left side, tries to bounce it outside. Nowhere to go. That'll be number 52 on the stop for the Mustangs. That is Nick Allen. Big third down play.
Yeah, so again, looking at try to do a third down conversion, coming up just short. That's putting them at 1 for 11 on the night. And looks like they're going to line up to go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 5, a long 5. See if they can try to draw the Mustangs offsides right here.
Hartman joined by Cuba in the backfield. Stacked receivers, far side. Hartman back to pass, fires. Picked by the Mustangs. That'll be number 35, Cooper Sieben. Second interception of the evening.
So Cowboys come up short again, and actually most of their turnovers have been on 3rd and 4th downs like that. So Mustangs taking back over. They'll have their first possession here the second half. So Mustangs defense comes out, does the job here again to start the second half.
I mean,
bent a little bit, but
yeah,
ultimately didn't break.
Not only that, but I mean, building on what they did last week. I mean, traveling up to Bonner Springs and, you know, holding them to, I believe, no points as well, pitching a shutout last week. I think it's safe to say, too, that loss to Wamego 2 weeks ago left a little bit of a sour taste in the Mustangs' defense mouth a little bit.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't think the score is indicative of the teams we saw. It was a 20-0 game, but really I think there was about 4 plays that really made the difference for the Wamego offense. Of course, 3 of those were pretty good pass plays that scored touchdowns on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not only that, but, I mean, holding the defense or – the defense of the Mustangs holding Wamego to only 20 points is a win in itself. I mean, that team could have easily – that's at least a 40-point team right there. I mean, easily.
Yeah, particularly because I think the Raiders had 3 straight possessions where they were inside the Mustang 35-yard line and came up with nothing and had 3 and outs 3 times in a row. So there's some good defensive stands by the Mustangs. I think the big thing is the offense just struggled to get going.
Lee fires. That'll be caught by number 25, Jacob Perkins.
So another Mustang first down, so trying to keep the sticks moving.
7:20 remaining here, third quarter. Stacked receivers either side. Lee joined in the backfield by Bell. Lee rolling, pocket collapsing, rolling to his right. Shoestring tackle by number 22 of the Cowboys, Case Hargrave. He came from the opposite side of the field. Came from that right side, coming to the near sideline. Make the stop.
Yeah, on the blind side of Lee right there. You could probably feel his presence, but couldn't see him coming, but basically just got him by 1 step. I think Lee could have separated just 1 more step. He had a little bit of room to run, but good play there by the Cowboy defense.
2nd and 15 for the Mustangs. Empty backfield for Lee. Drops back to pass. Fires over the middle. Caught. Bell. Well past the first down marker.
Yeah, about a 28-yard pickup there by Bell. If I can do, math, which we all know I can't very well, but
I can't either. Shout out to my wife, math teacher. Empty backfield for Lee. Gives to Perkins. Perkins up the left side. Burst of speed. Brought down short of the first down marker. Yes. Cody, to answer your question, I am blaming my wife why I can't do math. Don't let her hear her say that I said that. No, I'm just saying it's nice that, out of the two of us, one of us can do math.
That's what calculators and Excel's for.
Yeah, that's right. Empty backfield for Lee. Looking, scanning, fires for Rosa. Interesting stat from Sports in Kansas. They actually stated Gavin Rosa is one of like 5 players this year to throw for a touchdown, run for a touchdown, and catch a touchdown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there you go.
I think he did that last week.
Do it all, yeah. Yeah, he did last week.
I'm pretty sure he did. I have to go look. But, yeah, I think he rushed, caught, and threw for a touchdown.
Yep.
4 for 4 with a touchdown. I think he had 2 runs with a touchdown. Good keep there by Mac Lee. Kind of threw the Cowboys' defense off, so good misdirection. Going to pick up about 5 on the play.
4:50 remaining here, third quarter.
Mustangs would love to put one in the end zone here. Kind of pad that lead just a little bit as well. It's taking time off the clock. Only 4.5 left here to go in the third.
Perkins in motion, man. Lee, pocket collapsing, fires off his back foot. Dangerous throw there. Yeah.
Dangerous.
It was a almost triple coverage, if you will, in the end zone.
It's good to have confidence in your receiving crew, but sometimes you shouldn't have that much confidence in your receiving group.
I thought we were going to see a highlight play from Lee there. Rolled to his right, 3 of them swarming him. I thought he was going to go back left, run the other way, go for try to make something out of nothing. Patrick Mahomes-esque, if you will. Yeah, or BYU, yeah. Don't bring it up. It's a sore subject for people out there listening, probably. Empty backfield for Lee. Fires over the middle for Perkins. Caught. Perkins breaking tackle. Loses the ball. And be recovered by the Cowboys. Be a touchback.
Oh, somebody was a little quick on the gun over there.
Yeah, a little quick on the fireworks.
That's going to be a whoopsie. So that was a take-back firework right there.
Yeah.
Our bad. We're going to take that back. So Perkins with a 24-yard reception, fumble on about the 1-yard line, rolls into the end zone. Going to be a touchback. So Cowboys going to get another chance here to put some points on the board by keeping the Mustangs out of the end zone. 1st and 10 from their own 20 here with 4:18 left to go in the third.
Hartman, the quarterback. Give is to Cuba. Ball is out.
I'm going to say he is down. I don't disagree. I think his knee was down as well.
That was jarred loose from the hit by Tristan Meyer. The right linebacker coming up to make the play. As well as Cole Greenwood for the Mustangs.
So if you want to talk about how hard a going it is on the running game right now for Cuba, that was his 5th carry. He's got 2 yards on the night.
Marysville leads 24-0 at the end of 3 quarters of play.
Leading rusher right now for Abilene is 8 yards. Almost a false start there by the Cowboys.
Hartman rolling to his right, fires. Coming back to make the play, Wilkins.
Oh, I didn't see a flag. Where is the flag? Oh, it's over there on the far sideline. So pick up about 6 on the play. We'll see if it stands. And it will stand.
It's going to be a first down. Wilkins already had the first down, but a little added yardage for the Cowboys.
Oh, Isaiah. I think he was a couple yards shy, wasn't he?
I thought he had it. Let's go to the booth.
They're going to do 15 from previous line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I know. I just always want to say I don't know. Send it back to the guys back home. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the fifth penalty on the Mustangs for 65 yards. So all of theirs have been big number penalties as well. So first and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Cowboys.
3 minutes and some change left here, third quarter. Empty backfield for Funston. Drops back to pass, fires over the middle for Rock. Has to come back to it.
They're going to have to get together on this.
Yeah, I like to see a replay on that one. I don't know. I mean, it may have used the ground on that one, but I mean, good hustle play nonetheless. So that'll bring in another first down. Funston, quarterback keeper, flag on the play. I think this one might be on the offense. Might have got there a little early.
Yeah, I kind of wish we had a replay going. I think that ball bounced, but the official behind couldn't see the field very well. So substitution infraction going to be first down for the Cowboys.
And really, I mean, good sustained drive here for the Cowboys. I mean, taking about 7 minutes off the clock, or 5 minutes off the clock, excuse me.
So some disagreement here on the yardage on the penalty. So basically they just walked off a 15-yard penalty for a substitution infraction. So Coach Sieben down there pleading his case on whether it was actually one or not, but still don't believe it's a 15-yard penalty. But they're going to make it a 15-yard penalty, so that's 6 penalties for 80 yards on the Mustangs. Almost all of them have been 15-yard penalties so far tonight.
Motion man, it's number 0, Evans. Be brought down by number 65 of the Mustangs. That is Grady Hastert. I'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about the bandit brain teaser.
Yeah.
Get that in our next dead ball situation here. Find my notes. It's a doozy this week.
It's another riddle.
It's another riddle. Riddle me this. Soap.
Funston back to pass. Fires over the middle. He's got Rock down the field. Spins off a defender. He's in. Weston Rock in for the touchdown for the Cowboys. Looks like Rock slow to get up there. Well, we do have some time while they're tending to Rock. Let's get to that brain teaser.
Yeah, let's get to that brain teaser. Shortstop bandit brain teaser. He's a first to only be allowed to serve for 2. He's a top military leader but never fought in combat. He was the last one born in the 19th century and first seen in color. He presided over 48, 49, and 50.
Wow. I mean, you know, a lot of seasons have gone by with my perfect record for the bandit brain teaser. I think I finally met my match this time.
Yeah, I know that was a lot to take in.
Yeah, that was try reading that 5 times fast.
Extra
back
point
up on the
is
screen one more time for
incomplete.
those of you at home.
Yeah, so once again, shortstop Bandit brain teaser. He's the first to only be allowed to serve for 2. Top military leader, but never fought in combat. Last born in the 19th century. He was the first seen in color, and he presided over 48, 49, and 50.
The last part of that question makes me think states. I could be wrong. Presided over 48, 49, and 50.
So Mustangs will be set to take off basically just their second kick return of the evening, but Abilene Cowboys are on the board here. 1:57 left to go in the third. Mustangs leading 28-6 on a 28-yard pass from Funston to Weston Rock.
Dawson Rankin and Eli Bell back deep for the Mustangs. Kicking off for the Cowboys is number 50, Tyler Holloway.
Smallest kicker in the league. Yeah, I wonder if they might try an onside or something, but
This one will go to Bell. Bell bounces it outside, tries to go to that far sideline. Look like it's a little hesitant there on that return. Definitely seen Bell use the speed. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball on the 33-yard line.
yeah, so normally on special teams, once you get it past the, on kick return and all you see is the kicker between you and the end zone, you kind of smile, but when that kicker's 6'5",
Yeah,
pounds, you're probably like, ooh,
that makes a difference, yeah, for sure.
my bad.
Lee fires over to Bell. Bell, well past first down marker, will be slung down out of bounds about the 50-yard line. Good gain on first down for the Mustangs.
Trying to see where they spotted that ball. So it looks like they only gave him about 11 yards on that.
First and 10 for the Mustangs. Man in motion. Lee, quarterback keeper up the middle. Nice first down run for Lee. Bring us to a minute 30 left here, third quarter.
Yeah, see a different offensive set there for the Mustangs. They kind of came in some tight group packages right there. Just wanted to use some time on the clock. Got a comfortable lead, but again, they recognize the athleticism on the other side of the ball, and Cowboys just had a good sustained drive, and of course Mustangs helped them out with 2 big penalties there. But they are on the board, and it's kind of a different feeling game right now.
Empty backfield for Lee. Fires. That's caught. Perkins loses his footing. We'll have enough for the first there. Just under a minute to play here, third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, we'll get you that Bandit brain teaser answer.
Yeah, as well as a break by Faith Furniture. We'll have that both here in the end of the quarter. 30 seconds left to go here in the third.
Lee, quarterback keeper up the right side. Ooh, nice hit there. That'll be by number 26 of the Cowboys, Ethan Evans.
Hello.
How you doing?
Didn't want him to forget about him over there. Yeah,
No, definitely not, yeah.
good solid hit right in the chest of Lee there. I think you just sit there and let this quarter run out. I don't think you rush to get another play in here. And I don't think the Mustangs will. So we'll do a quick break by Faith Furniture, then we'll get you that answer to the Bandit brain teaser. Faith Furniture, serving the Manhattan and surrounding area since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all of their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture. Located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. You can see them this weekend and check out their Home Sweet Home sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith. So you want to flash the question up there one more time, the riddle. First to only be allowed to serve for 2, top military leader but never fought in combat, last one born in the 19th century, first seen in color and presided over 48, 49, and 50. That would be President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh. Thank you.
So, yeah, Dwight D. Eisenhower was the first president to only be allowed to serve 2 terms after they passed the new amendment.
You know, this may sound cliche, but that was going to be my answer.
Yeah.
Honest. I was thinking about it.
I would say no way, but you're right. 48, 49, and 50 were the states. He was the president when the 48th, 49th, and actually when the 49th and 50th states were ratified in Alaska and Hawaii. So he started out with 48 and he finished with 50. He was the first president seen on TV in color. But yeah, he was a decorated general, but never actually fought in combat himself.
Good hard run there by Lee.
And, of course, for those of you who are listening in, he was also not born, but raised in Abilene.
There it is. There's the kicker.
That's the
last
key to
time
it
it
all.
was the 13th, and I was like, "There's something about it." I just know, but I'm prepared next time. I guess I gotta. Well, Judd at football game sits far away from me, so I don't have a cheat sheet anymore.
I don't put the answer on it anymore.
And I can't use process of elimination because the multiple choice is gone.
Yeah, we got rid of the multiple choice. So here in the fourth quarter, just getting underway, 11 and a half left, 28-6 Mustangs here with the ball. 2nd and 10 on the Cowboy 35-yard line.
Another empty backfield for Lee. Twin receivers either side. Lee quick fires over to Rankin. Nice tackle down by number 6, Tegan Funston.
Yeah, basically.
Lowest man wins. And
yeah.
I mean.
You do not get lower than that.
I mean, Dawson Rankin probably coming in at about 5'10", 5'9". Number 6, Funston, 6'1", so lowest man wins. Good form tackle over there.
3rd and long for the Mustangs here.
And fourth quarter, Mustangs still up big here. Are reasonable. Shouldn't say big, but another empty backfield for Lee. It's like they can just kind of put the foot on cruise control here. Lee firing, caught by Perkins.
That's going to be another penalty right there, I'm guessing.
See Perkins pop up after the hit. Had a little WWE move on the sideline over there. Looks like, I believe that was Funston again, taking Jacob Perkins to patented Suplex City.
Yep. Looks like it was okay. So I really thought they'd call penalty on that, slamming him down the back of his head, stuff like that. But nope.
Good to see him pop back up.
We're good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul, I guess. So 4th and a long 1.
We'll have a timeout. Abilene.
Nope. Timeout taken by the Mustangs. That'll be their first timeout of the second half. The timeout's going to be brought to you by,
somebody.
Outdoor Bank.
Oh.
Hey, I'm Avery Johnson, quarterback for the K-State Wildcats. With the current climate of NIL in college sports, it's extremely important to have a banking partner you relate to. Outdoor Bank has some of the same interests that I do as a 19-year-old college student. The modern conveniences and personalized service allows me to focus on the things I do best. They're going out of their way to make it more like in style and more appealing for people of my age.
Welcome back here to the Rock, Backroads Broadcasting. Judd McCormick here with Isaiah Dobbins. 9:50 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Mustangs leading 28-6. Mustangs with the ball, fourth and a long one here on the Cowboy 26-yard line. Bell in motion. Run to the left side. Looks like Mac Lee is right there close. See where they spot it. I think he may have just enough for the first down. Going to be really, really close on about 24-yard line. And they're going to give it to him. So picked up just enough there, 2 yards on the run for Mac Lee. Another Mustang first down, so 1st and 10 from about the 24-yard line.
Empty backfield for Lee. Perkins is motion man. Lee, quarterback keeper, bounces out to the right side. Lee bursts of speed, still on his feet. He'll have enough for the first down. That'll be 1st and goal Mustangs.
Yeah, the way Perkins took off through there, I thought maybe the first option might have been the best option. He had quite a run, but good job by Lee holding on to that and bringing it in and picking up about 16 yards on the carry. So 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line for the Mustangs. We're going to have a whistle here. We're going to have a timeout by the Cowboys. That is their first timeout here of the second half. This timeout is going to be brought to you by AP Graphics.
Finding that right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. The best screen printing and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniform hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly Advanced Promotions, online at shopap.net or call 494-8282. AP Graphics.
9:06 here left to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs driving on the 9-yard line of the Cowboys, trying to go back up by 4 possessions. Mac Lee being the workhorse tonight. He's got 130 yards in the air, 74 on the ground.
And really just a prime example of what a dual quarterback or dual threat quarterback can do for your offense. I mean, almost 100 yards rushing, 100 yards in the air is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I think when you look at Mac Lee, you don't think of him as a running or a speedster type quarterback, but he's a hard runner and gets the job done.
Here's a run for Bell. Little extracurriculars after the play there.
Nah. I thought it was all right. It just had his balance.
It's all good.
The old classic kneel behind trick. So your friend pushes you and knocks you down.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
That does remind me of it's a close game. Fourth quarter, you're out of timeouts, and coach like fake a cramp, and then you just have one of the guys fall over. Oh, man.
Mustangs look at the sideline, get the play. Empty backfield for Lee.
Lee, quarterback keeper up the left side. He's in. I believe that's 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, 9-yard scamper right there for another touchdown. That's his 19th carry of the night. That's going to put him about 83 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns, 130 passing and another touchdown. So Mac Lee getting it done. Mustangs put up 28 in the first quarter. Cowboys did a good job through most of the rest of the game, keeping them out of the end zone. But here, with 8:14 left to go in the fourth, Mustangs back in the end zone, going back up 34-6. Pendle set to try the point after attempt. Good snap, good hold.
Kick is good.
Good kick. 35-6 Mustangs. 8:14 left to go in the game. Cowboys still have 2 timeouts remaining. They'll be looking to do some quick strikes right here. Wind a non-factor at this point in time in the evening. Mustangs, for the most part, doing a good job keeping the Cowboys out of the end zone. But Cowboys here in the second half has kind of found some life in the offense, had some sustained drives, starting to kind of give a little bit more into it. Mustangs have kind of had some costly mistakes with penalties, and actually Abilene's done a much better job here in the second half with the Abilene's, or with the penalties. They had 8 penalties in the first half. They've had none here in the second half, so good adjustment there by the Cowboys as far as the penalties, because really that's kind of shooting themselves in the foot a lot in the first half.
And definitely, I mean, I think they definitely made some adjustments at halftime, and really their defense didn't look too terrible on that drive. I mean, it was mostly run-centered for the Mustangs. Just got to be a little more aggressive on that front end. Mustangs are getting it done on both ends. Here's the return for Cuba. Makes a move, makes a cut, bouncing it up the right side. And a good return by number 7, David Cuba. Just short of midfield.
Yeah, about a 33-yard return there. Good field position for the Cowboys here to go for their third possession here in the second half.
The field was 20 yards wider. Probably could have sprung that one loose.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 43.
8:06 remaining here, fourth quarter.
I imagine coaches for Rock Creek going to tell the Mustang defense here, we went on another big stop.
Yeah.
Keep your heads. Don't give up the big play, but just keep doing what you've been doing.
Funston fires. Hockman. He's got it.
Yep, about a 9-yard pickup there.
It's got to be a reliever for your quarterback for big target number 35, Heath Hokeman. Coming in at 6'1", 210.
Yeah, that's a big wideout right there. Plays H-back sometimes as well. And that's going to be enough for the first down. About a 4-yard gain there.
That was Cuba again on the carry. 7:30 remaining here, fourth quarter.
You know, that was his longest run from line of scrimmage tonight, 4 yards. So, but again, now just start chipping away. You know, we talked about it. They're kind of going for big plays, and now they're just trying to get the 4, 5, 6 yarders. You know, anything over 3 a play is you're getting you're staying on schedule, really.
Yeah, and you said that last rush by Cuba was their largest rush of the game, and I think that just shows how well this front four of the Mustangs has played this evening. I mean, they've really kind of set the tone, and usually such a run-heavy team can really wear on you, but if you're able to, you know, weather that storm, you know, really control the inches up front, like the Mustangs have. Funston directing traffic, fires for Wilkins, incomplete.
Yeah, and he'd actually completed 4 straight passes prior to that, but there was a flag down, and it was kind of in an odd spot, so.
Some scores here. Marysville 24, Concordia 0 final. Get some more scores here while they're the Cowboys back up here.
Yeah, going to have holding on the Cowboys. We talked about how they did a good job in the second half penalties. That's the first penalty of the second half.
Heston beating Nickerson 53-6. Wichita County 58, Trego 8. Trigo. Third quarter scores: Silver Lake 20, St. Mary's 14, Derby 53, Mays 7.
2014, Silver Lake, St. Mary's. That's closer than I was expecting.
Council Grove 20, Riley County 13, Pratt 49, Chaparral 3. Pass intended for Rock, will go incomplete.
Yeah, that was Hartman in for that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 18, so 3rd and long again for the Cowboys. And shuffling personnel around a little bit. And both Quarterbacks were on the sideline there for just a second. Funston coming back in at QB.
Throw Hokeman back there. He could run it.
Yeah, Mustang been pretty much running a dime package here most of the fourth quarter. Kind of slipping back in now to more of a nickel, if they still call it that.
Blitz coming. Rock. Screen pass. Gained some yardage back off of the penalty. We're going to have another flag on the play.
I think we're going to see an offensive holding again. You know, it's crazy. The Mustang line got through, but good job there by the linebacker. And I think that was Rankin picked up on it being a screen and coming in, but I think we're going to have a hold on the outside here on the receiver.
Wait for the official ruling. He's going to wave it.
Never mind.
Slipped out of his pocket.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be about
I think he was waving somebody in the crowd. I don't know. Couldn't tell.
So I think it's ended up being about a 5-yard gain there for Rock.
Dude who's on camera. He's saying hi to his mom. We have a platoon swap here. Looks like a punt team might be coming out for the Cowboys.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 13. They got nothing to lose at this point in time. There's only 6:14 left to go in the game, so they're going to end up using
timeout.
Yeah, and that's their second timeout. So they'll have one left here to go in the second half. This timeout's going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture.
Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952, Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. The full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock, or pickup or delivery. Stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend and check out their Home Sweet Home sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith. You know, I
Is that right?
don't think they have any spokespersons or, NIL deals in high school football, but I think Base Faith would be a perfect spokesperson for Faith Furniture.
Yeah. It's kind of right.
Perfect.
It's kind of right on the nose there, right?
It's
like Ronald McDonald would be a great spokesman for McDonald's.
Yeah, hey, man, Oh, loose ball there.
That's going to be
Fires
a
left
ball.
side. Intercepted by Eli Bell. Still on his feet. All right, whistle him down. I think he wanted the play to continue there.
So 4th interception of the night for the Mustangs. 6:05 left to go.
So first 10 for the Mustangs. Just over 6 minutes to play. Here's Lee, quarterback keeper. Still on his feet. Lee fighting for every yard. Gets the first down. Good first down run by Mac Lee.
Seven more yards will give him 100 for the night.
Lee putting team on his back, literally.
Literally. So we've been putting a graphic up, but I'm going to apologize right away to Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. I've done a horrible job tonight updating those on our touchdowns. We'll give a shout out to that here in just a moment.
Here's Bell up the middle, stuffed. That'll be number 58 on the stop. That is Devin Alvarez for the Cowboys.
A little over 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter for the Mustangs. Just trying to run the clock out on this one. first quarter was the absolute difference in this game. Mustangs putting up 28 in the first. Only managed 7 cents.
But not only that, but I mean, they were starting their offensive drives within the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the defense was giving them good field position in and out.
Lee hit as he throws. Finds his target with plenty of room in front of him. Still on his feet. That's number 25 of the Mustangs. That is Jacob Perkins. A big gain. Good play by Lee to stay in the pocket, take the hit, make the completion.
Yeah, that was a 30-yard pickup there by Perkins. Kind of waiting to see where they spotted that. It's hard to see from over here where exactly he went out of bounds. Yeah. Picked up a good block by his receiver downfield. Didn't catch who that was, but good blocking downfield for Perkins once he got the ball. And he's got good speed once he has it.
Lee sends Rankin in motion. Lee loses it. We'll fall back on it. Mustangs will retain possession. So 4:20 remaining here, fourth quarter.
Yeah, Mac Lee had eyes on getting 100 yards rushing. He probably should have let – was that Zeller that was coming across or Rankin was coming across?
Rankin.
There? Yeah. Probably should have let Rankin take that and held it just a little bit too long. And
I think I'm not for sure if that was a design read play or if it was a design run for Lee, but yeah, definitely could have drawn that out a little more. But yeah, I think Stevens going to get Lee his 100 rushing yard game. Got to. He's just close.
I think it was an option, and I think Lee was just a little late pulling it out. I think Rankin thought he was landing it off, and he went ahead and latched onto it. And
I mean, we're talking about, you get a 10-point bonus on fantasy football, so that Mac Lee's probably sitting about 23 points right now. Fantasy. Well, no, I mean 3 touchdowns. He's probably close to like 35-point game.
He's got 3 rushing and 1 pass.
I don't know how fantasy scoring works. You're talking to a guy who's like 1-3 in fantasy right now. So.
I don't play. We'll do a quick break here. Actually, no, we're not, because Isaiah talked us right through that, so it's all right.
It's good. It's all good.
We shouldn't talk about fantasy football, actually.
Oh, all right.
Eye roll from the intern.
Fantasy football, I meant.
Fantasy football is like your basketball bracket. Nobody wins, and it's all for fun.
Rankin in motion. Lee, quarterback keeper, fighting hard for those 7 yards. I think he's got it.
Yeah, he's right at about 7-yard pick. I'm going to give him 8. I'm not official anyway, so right now I'll give him 8 yards. Around 102 rushing for the game, unofficially. But I'm guessing I'm pretty close. Since
unofficially unofficial.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers either side. Lee, quarterback keeper, nowhere to go. Well defended by number 26 of the Cowboys, Ethan Evans, on the stop.
So see what the Mustangs do here on 4th down. I'm guessing it's – I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a Mac Lee run.
I don't know. You never know.
Going to try to get in that end zone.
Yeah, keep one of these days, keep holding out for a fumble rooski, but,
You mean that play where I fall down and act stupid?
So, if you're looking for me for what movie that is, Judd, I'm sorry.
That's Varsity Blues. That was Billy Bob.
Hey, Cody, where were you? It's Varsity Blues.
Timeout taken there by the Mustangs. Is that what's happening here?
Officials time?
Yeah. We'll give that.
Yeah.
4th and 3 here on the 5-yard line for the Mustangs.
Two and a half minutes to play. Here's Lee dropping back to pass. Fires, end zone. Riker Zeller in for the touchdown.
So that's Riker Zeller. That's his first catch of the night. Why not make it a good one?
Yeah.
So, a touchdown brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Because I failed so much this evening, I apologize. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl a Rock Creek alum a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule your consultation. I should probably add in there keeping track of touchdowns is difficult too. For me anyways.
Extra point is good. Updated score 42-6 for the Mustangs. 2:23 here remaining fourth quarter.
And that's probably the straw that broke the camel's back right there. Only 2:23 left to go in the game. I was really kind of surprised to see the Mustangs throw on that, but I think the Cowboys were too. They're probably looking just to see another run.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people out there who'd be questioning why are you going for a touchdown when you've already got a lead to slate in it. But what do you want? You just want them to kneel down on it on the 5-yard line on fourth down. It's like I don't think the Cowboys would have appreciated that any better. So it's kind of one of those no-win situations. But you got to keep playing the game all the way to the end, as they say.
Right.
So good job there by the Mustangs here late in the fourth quarter, actually finding their kind of offensive groove again that was firing all cylinders in the first quarter of the game and kind of stalled a little bit through the mid half of the game, but really got going when it needed the most here in the fourth. Good kick right there. Just going to settle on the 4.
Fielded by Cuba. Get past the 20-yard line.
Pretty good return. Had to go back and pick that ball up. That was crazy how that ball just set.
Kind of like a knuckleball there.
Yeah.
Just,
I think he expected it to bounce in the end zone, and it just hit and set. Boy, if you could do that as a punter, you'd.
it's like how my wedge shot should look in golf, with no spin, just kind of sitting there. But instead, my, like 54-degree turns into like a 9-iron, and it somehow goes like 150 yards over the green. I don't know.
That's exactly how my wedge shots always look. But if you're looking at the green, don't, because it's still usually sitting on the ground right in front of me, unmoved. But there's a nice divot in the ground.
Hartman back in at quarterback. Joined the backfield by Cuba. 2:18 remaining here, fourth quarter. Cuba takes the snap. Get it on the left side. Turns up field. Good first down run for the Cowboys. We'll have a substitution change for the Mustangs. It'll be Owen Geyer, Aiden Torrey, and I believe Austin Pennick.
Yeah, it looks like number 12, Eric Trim, came in there right at the end, too. So that was a 9-yard run by Cuba. That there is the longest run from line of scrimmage on the night for the Cowboys of any player.
Here's Cuba again, this time on the sweep. Nice tackle there by number 15 of the Mustangs, Carson Tobirin.
So there hasn't been many first downs for the Cowboys at tonight's game, but that was a good one right there. Good hard running by, is it David Cuba?
Yep. Minute 20 remaining here, fourth quarter. This will go to 15 of the Cowboys. That is Luke Hunter.
Oh, yeah, he's all.
1 minute.
Oh, yeah. 1 minute remaining.
So, really a dominant performance by the Mustangs. They had their first loss to Hansel Omega last week and really just kind of haven't looked back. I mean, big win, Bonner Springs, and then a big win against newly rival. I don't know rival, but competition here, the NCKL with Abilene. And Mustangs on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah, I'd call it a secondary rival. I think Wamego Rock Creek will be a big rival. I think Clay Center Abilene is a really big rivalry in the NCKL, but I think Abilene, we talk about it all the time. Everybody has that one team they love to hate. And, sometimes I think Abilene becomes that team in the NCKL, but they got some athletes on that team. There's a lot of younger players talked about, but really the Mustangs kind of did what they needed to. And we knew coming in that Weston Rock was going to be a primary target all night long. Mustangs did a good job keeping him in check through really most of the game. But second half, they kind of mixed up. They had a good talk in there. Their offense got going. Mustangs made some mistakes, gave them some breaks, but I thought the Cowboy offense looked way better in the second half, even though they only got 6 on the board. But their defense looked better as well up until about the last 5 minutes of the game. Did a good job keeping the Mustang offense in check. Again, Mustangs put up 28 in the first quarter alone, and then it wasn't until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter before they put up another 2 touchdowns to take the 42-6 lead and ultimately the win here at the Rock.
Yeah, and one thing, I've said it for 2 weeks now, I really think Mustangs do a good job after, their first loss of the season. They really just kind of turn it around. They tighten up the screws and look sharp on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, so when you're talking about the Mustangs, you start with Mac Lee. We talked about it already. Unofficially had 23 carries for 102 yards, 3 touchdowns rushing, and he had, it looks like, about 165 yards passing on – looks like he was 14-19 for 165 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. My stat sheet's getting a little bit easier for me to read and better do it. So he spread the ball around a lot. He had 8 different receivers that he hit tonight. And
I think that's kind of been the turning point in the offense. Years past, we've seen, the big connections downfield between, the likes of like Dalton Whitworth and Ethan Burgess. But, now Mac Lee really has a lot of talent on this offense and sharing the love tonight.
Yeah, like I said, spreading the ball around on offense, 8 different receivers with a catch tonight. Eli Bell had 64 yards on 3 receptions. DeBita had 15 yards on 3 receptions. Jacob Perkins was probably the big beneficiary out of there. He had 7 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. Almost had a second touchdown, fumbled right at the goal line. It rolled out. But, yeah, Cooper Sieben with a reception, Rosa with a reception, Zeller with a reception. So he just kind of moved it around a lot. But, yeah, Mac Lee was kind of the start and the finish on the offensive side. But really, Bell got it started with the very first play of the game with a 92-yard kickoff return for the touchdowns, and really the Mustangs never looked back after that.
It's speeding out, looking back. Clay Center pulled it out, 42-18. So
42-18. So they decided at 18.
They just a little 18-point lead, and then they decided to kick it on. So
yeah, we are done with that. So the Mustangs here winning back at home, moving their record to 3-1. Abilene Cowboys will be moving to 2-2. I guess Mustangs 1-1 in the NCKL right now. And holy smokes, just a big crash up here. Hope everybody's a survivor. Looks like a table fell down over there. We're going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you all for joining us here on Backroads Broadcasting. Again, Mustangs winning 42-6. Thanks, fans, for dropping in because of your continued support, Backroads Broadcasting, and keep bringing the action home to you. I want to thank our production team tonight. Cody Limey, we referred to him as the intern all night over there as he was learning the keys. He did an all right job. Working on the graphics, programming, and game production. Evan Williams, main camera operator up above. I want to thank Shanna Schmidt and the Rock Creek High journalism students. They were part of the broadcast this evening.
Got to give a big thanks to Judd. Covered me when I was late.
Students down on the field. We got Nathan Bortnick, Zane Dubile, and Haley Ketterman. So, yeah, we got started a little bit rough. We finished up all right, but the important thing is Mustangs pick up the win tonight. Backroads team will be back in action next Friday, October 4th, here again at the Rock, where the Rock Creek Mustangs host the Clay Center Tigers. Ooh, going to be another big one here, another big NCKL matchup, as well as a division matchup for the Mustangs. So.
And I've been thinking about that matchup ever since they played here at the Rock baseball. Both of the Mustangs and the Tigers coming into that. No losses on season baseball. Mustangs came out on top, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, always fun to watch these two teams get together. We're going to kick it off around 6:30 with the Backroads Broadcasting Kickoff Show. We want to thank everybody online for spending their evening with us, hanging around till the very end. Drop us a line. Let us know what you think. Thank you for being here again tonight. As always, I am Jed McCormick.
I'm Isaiah Dobbins. We got to go for now, but we'll BRB.